around, just have to make its way back to me at the end. And I greatly appreciate that. Sorry. I don't have a visitor shun sign sheet for today. Shows you how organized Donna was and how unorganized I am. You can pass that around.
Yes.
Please. Oh.
I have a back. Oh, this is where I lost my balance.
I didn't say very ready to catch that. Are we on? Okay. Madam Chair,
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. We have lots of people here today. Yes. And lots of other people who are guests as well. Thank you for coming. And we have quite a few agendas today, but because Donna's not here, we don't have one to share with anybody else. So we'll wing it. I have one. Maybe I won't. And first of all, we'll call on Julie Campbell, to make the presentations.
Can I please have all my special guests up to the front?
I'll try.
Trees? One of the initiatives we have, obviously, traffic, we talk about it a lot, so part of what we do in crime prevention, try and assist the public with bike safety. So our auxiliaries, Teresa, the third year in a row, has done a bike safety day held over at the Seventh-day Adventist Church just across the street. So the auxiliaries run it, and this year, Marilyn was kind enough to have the CPLC involved. So now it's kind of morphed into a CPLC/auxiliary bike safety day. With that being said, it wouldn't be possible at all without the generous support of the community, which is why all these people are standing at the front here. So let's I'll go through everybody what they had to offer. So first of all, Pastor Matthew Feely from the Seventh-day Adventist. So they supplied the location, the tables, the chairs, getting everything set up. Dan Lesson from Food Basics. Food Basics donated 2 adult bikes, and we were able to give away as prizes.
Are you still running?
I was able to just get the training wheels on. Troy Mitchell from the Mobile Bike Shop. Troy was there all day, not just this year, but in all years, doing minor repairs. Sometimes kids have, loose chains and different things that they can't get sorted out. So Troy releases time all day to get that going. Terry Toms from McDonald's. Terry was kind enough to give out coupons. We have prizes for kids, and along with a coloring book, road safety booklet from McDonald's. And Todd, the Scarborough Town Center, Todd is accepting on behalf of Zella. The Scarborough Town was kind enough to give us $250 in gift cards. We could give out as prizes, a child's bike, along with 30 child bike helmets. So if kids came in with, ill-fitting helmets or somebody just wasn't quite right, we had a new helmet to supply to them. So all this stuff, it wouldn't be possible for us to supply as the police service. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you for organizing that. Thank you, ladies and thank you. And now I've been informed that the detective started to think up. Oh, no.
No, not Ford.
Don't say that.
Something else.
Something else.
He would do a terrible job.
I've done it before, I didn't tell myself. Afternoon, everybody. My name is Dave Beckman. I'm the detective sergeant here at 43 Division. I just I'm going to tell you a bit of a personal story about when I was much younger. It's in relation to blood donation. I volunteered for Canadian Blood Services. I've been volunteering for them since 2001 as a result of something that happened to me when I was much younger. So my goal here today is to talk to you about blood donation, the importance of it, hopefully encourage you guys to get out and donate blood, or encourage somebody that you know to donate blood on your behalf if you're not able to. Back in February of this year, I spoke on behalf of the chief at a Partners for Life breakfast with Canadian Blood Services and provided some stats. At that time, I was challenged by a manager with KPMG, big accounting firm downtown, between KPMG and the Toronto Police Service for a blood donor challenge in June. And that's where you guys come in, because we're going to try to rock KPMG's world and beat the pants off them. So we have a lot of things in place. This fellow I've been dealing with down there to raise awareness for Canadian Blood Services blood donation and this competition. So I'm going to start handing these around. If you want to grab one, feel free. There's a code on there. So I'm going to take you back to the January of 1988. I was 12 years old. I grew up here in Scarborough, so over at Bellamy and Lawrence. My father was a police officer. My mom was a school teacher, both in Scarborough. My father worked downtown. They started noticing a change in me. I was getting very tired. I bruise easily. I had two older brothers who would treat me sometimes like a punching bag, as older brothers should. And I was very pale. So my parents thought I was really odd. Long story short, I was brought down to Sick Kids Hospital. I spent about a week there. They did several blood tests on me and a bone marrow biopsy, and they realized I had a disease called aplastic. Aplastic is a disease of the bone marrow. Your bone marrow makes your blood, makes your red blood cells, your white blood cells, and your platelets. Red blood cells carry oxygen to your body. Your white blood cells fight infection. Your platelets clot your blood, cut yourself, or bruise yourself. Platelets will rush that scene and clot your blood so you don't bleed to death. My bone marrow was diseased with aplastic, and I required a bone marrow transplant to live. The doctors informed my parents that I had 6 months to live if I didn't have a bone marrow transplant. So in the meantime, they tested my family, and they gave me lots of blood transfusions just to keep me alive. The test came back, and thankfully for me, my middle brother Michael was a perfect bone marrow match. So in February 1988, I had, after extensive rounds of chemotherapy, I had a bone marrow transplant donated from my brother. I was in the hospital for about 2 months. During that time, I had probably close to 2 dozen blood transfusions. Of course, I was 12 years old at the time. I didn't really realize the importance of the blood that was being donated to me. Just when I needed it, it just happened to be there. They'd stick in an IV and it went into the center line into my chest. And then I remember getting the blood whenever I got a blood transfusion, just feeling so much better after getting that blood, and that would last for a few days until it would run out and they'd have to eat some more. So February 25th, 1988 is a day I actually refer to as my second birthday, and here we are 27 years later. I've been married for 10 years, I have 2 wonderful children, and I'm a police officer doing a job that I absolutely love in a place that I absolutely love. And all that wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for blood donors. So I always tell people what happened to me is like a puzzle. I can't imagine what my parents went through at that time. Having been told that your son has 6 months to live if he didn't have this stuff done to him. And what happened to me was like a puzzle. There's the doctors and nurses at Sick Kids Hospital downtown Toronto who are fantastic. There's my brother who donated bone marrow to me. There's my family who offered all kinds of support to me, obviously. And there's the blood donors who I will never meet, I will never know. But anonymous blood donors who gave about an hour of their time. It's actually about 10 to 15 minutes to actually donate. Usually about 10 minutes or so. The whole process takes close to an hour. I will never know them. I'll never be able to say thank you to their faces because I'll never know them. I'll never meet them. I don't know whose blood I got. But in high school and then again in university, I attempted to donate, but because they don't know the cause of aplastic anemia, I'm not able to donate blood. So I figured volunteering my time is the next best thing and sort of spreading the word of something important. So like I said, what happened to me is like a big puzzle. There's lots of pieces to that puzzle. And if one of those pieces wasn't there, I certainly wouldn't be standing here in front of you today sharing my story with you. And one of those big pieces of the puzzle are the anonymous blood donors that I'll ever get to meet. So I would like to encourage everybody here, if you can, please donate blood. If you can't, please encourage somebody to donate blood in your place. You can do all kinds of things with Canadian Blood Services, volunteer. Certainly donate blood if you can. So on this form, I penned it out. It's our Toronto Police June Blood Donor Challenge. I think in the summer we have, it's called Sirens for Life, and it's a competition between the police, fire department, and paramedics in the city. But right now we're doing a TPS June Blood Challenge. So there is a code here on the bottom. It's TORO 009312. If you do get to a clinic or you have somebody go out and you want to donate on behalf of the Toronto Police Service, just give them that number. It all gets tracked, and then with the toaster, KPMG. I don't think she's a toaster. But just to give you an idea, my daughter's 7. She's fancies herself as an artist, and she does fantastic work. It's quite interesting. I don't know where she gets her artistic ability from, because I am pretty good at drawing stick figures and making crime scenes. That's about it. And my wife can't draw for anything. So what we're doing is she's doing a canvas painting of our family, and this other fellow from KPMG, he has a good friend of his that went through a liver transplant. He's actually an artist by trade, so he's doing a piece of artwork, and we're going to donate them both to Canadian Blood Services at one of their clinics downtown, so we can display it on the wall and hopefully start something that donors, or sorry, recipients rather, can do a piece of artwork and say thank you to the donors that come into these clinics and put them up. So I'm looking forward to that. That should probably happen sometime this summer. So thank you very much for your time. I'll end it now. If you can, get out and donate blood. It really saves someone's life, someone like me, and I thank you for your time. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much for keeping us informed. How old is true?
I'm not a doctor, although I'm playing on TV, but they do tell me between 17 and 71. So if you now it's sort of they back it to about 65, and if you want to donate after 65, you need a doctor's note, just to say that you're healthy enough to give it. But there's the website for Canadian Blood Services, www.blood.ca. Very simple, blood.ca. You can go on there; it'll tell you all the information you'll ever want to know.
Thank you very much. Thank you for informing us. And I'll call on Adam.
Primary behavior for the division. I'm just going to go through some of the things we want to make. Got some maps here. Start with this one here. This is the divisions map. This map represents the divisions that happen within the division of the month. You look up the left corner there, that's a legend. The different colored dots represent different things. The green dot there is property damage assets, which is pretty much what we're affected by the most here for the division. Just one thing before you can see right along Lawrence, there's a pretty big cluster there. We've had a lot of construction on Lawrence in the past 4 to 6 weeks, so that'll be one of the reasons for that. And another cluster that we see quite often up in the northwest corner there is always quite a bit, but that is where the Scarborough Town Center is. Just for staff to do that area right there, just the Scarborough Town Center alone sees 410,000 cars come per day. So with that kind of traffic, which is inevitable in that area. Do you have any question on that, sir?
Yeah, I think it's a valuable piece of information. Just say it's the volume of traffic we see in the division, and that's just one corner of it, that amount of traffic. So I think the reaction to these dots is, oh my goodness, it's not safe out there. It is safe out there. This is a month's worth of data. So a lot of this is contributed to by construction. You look at Lawrence and Morningside there, you see a large cluster. We've seen construction on that street, and that leads to these fender-bender collisions. That said, I drive into meetings from place to place. I don't drive in a marked police car. And quite often I'm not in uniform. Every day I see people on their phones. Every day, distracted driving is a major contributor to this type of statistic. So please be cognizant of that need to keep in touch. And I get that it's important, and I get that everybody's important, and you've got important things going on in your life, but your life is more important than keeping in contact to that degree. You need to talk to somebody, you need to text somebody, pull off to the sides of the road and do so. Don't be doing it while you're driving, because it doesn't put you at risk, and everybody else at risk.
The next map here shows enforcement versus collisions, and to see what enforcement we think it's being handed out in collisions. Those dots now will replace with the no red lightning bolts. And these maps, the superintendent is showing these maps every week at our crime management meetings, and then he gives us direction for the next week where he wants enforcement to be done. And as you can see, the red lightning bolts pretty much line up with the process. With the things are going to do it.
Again, sometimes we get criticized for fishing holes as police officers, and when you look at this, you'll see that we on a Thursday every week, we meet to look at the data from the previous week, and we target then that area where there's the most collisions take place, where there's the most need. This week coming, we're actually doing a service-wide initiative that is dealing with cyclists and the space that is given to cyclists on the roadway so they can cycle in safety. That's what we are focused on the coming week. So just be aware of that. If you see a cyclist, give them space, treat them as a vehicle. We, as police officers, ensure to our best of our ability to ensure that they behave like a vehicle. We also need to treat them like a vehicle. So that is the focus of the traffic enforcement program.
This next map here shows the break-in enters that occurred in the division for the month. The different colored dots are outlined by the zones in which they happen. Our break-in enters we pretty good for here. We are down on the year. In the past couple of weeks, what we've been seeing trend-wise is we've been seeing more gate 9 entries. So I know you've heard us talk about it before. We just want to reinforce when you're in your boots during the day. You see something suspicious, you see someone who looks out of place, do not hesitate to call us. Because a lot of time that leads to good information, and us catching the gate. We're responsible for this stuff.
Almost on a weekly basis, the break-in enters, what we will see is somebody's knocking on a victim's door. People are home and they decide not to answer the door because they don't want to be bothered by a salesperson. They don't want that interaction. And we see then the door being kicked in because people are knocking on the door just for the purpose of seeing if anybody's home. If nobody's home, then they kick the door in and look, steal stuff. Be proactive with that. If somebody's knocking your door and you don't want to talk to them, you can talk to them through a closed door and say to them, please go away, or I'll call the police. That is that if these people are nefarious, if they are there to break into their home, you're not going to do it, you're going to leave. Because the people that are engaging in that particular crime, they are not looking for confrontation with you. They're looking for homes that are empty. So please, if you're home and somebody's knocking at your door and you don't want to speak to that person, at least make them aware that you are home by telling them to please move on. Then the chances of that door coming in are not given.
And just in relation to break-ins, so there's certain steps that we can take as citizens, as homeowners, property owners. Now, for understanding the games are still on for July.
I think so. I see it.
So some of us will be traveling during that period of time, being away from home for long periods of time. Just please prepare now. If you're going to be away during that period of time, cancel your newspaper deliveries. Absolutely pick up your mail. Make it look like somebody's home. Garbage day is a great indicator. See if your neighbors can take out the garbage. Inform your neighbors that you're going to be away, and you need contact information as to how they get out your neighbors. That's one of the biggest crime prevention tools that there is. Know your neighbors, know who go on to who doesn't. All those things, and I did speak to Julie and Paul, and they have a pretty number of these kind of tips. They're going to be posting on our Facebook page. Please go there, visit our page, and learn for yourselves how to protect yourself and how to protect your property. So the PM is definite.
It's inevitable. This next map depicts the robberies that occurred in the division throughout the month. Again, the different color dots represent different color zones. One thing that we have said, and we talk about this here all the time too, warmer weather, people are wearing less layers of clothing, especially people who like to wear visible jewelry. We have unfortunately seen a little bit of an increase in chains being stolen. So if you like to wear that jewelry, please be cognizant of your surroundings and who's around you when you're walking around the streets. Next one would be auto thefts. We are doing pretty good on auto thefts for the year. We have a little bit out here in the east end. Our GO station can utilize there, which seems to be a traffic now that people that steal cars. The same thing, a lot of these things we go tonight, fence. And then,
If you find, sorry, just in terms of auto thefts, you find that places where you leave your cars for long periods of time, no lots, shopping, malls and such, they tend to be a place that there's a great number of thefts occurring. Just be aware of that and take some precautions when you release on the car, theft also occur higher instances of those types of things. Just keep stuff in the trunk of the cars, because then lock up your car.
Also, I'd like to touch up on that, Seth. If you leave your car in the driveway overnight,
They want the beautiful people over here.
at nighttime, during the night hours, a lot of people turn off all the lights outside. And I know for energy purposes, I understand that, but they do target homes that have all the lights up, because you can't see as clear outside as you can with the lights on. So when I was doing break and enter on vehicles operation, we noticed that they were targeting homes with lights on, because you couldn't see them to come into the car to start opening the doors, but they would skip the ones with the lights on. So, there's new bulbs now out there from people and that where you can attach, they take up less energy in that, so if you are energy conscious or something. But that's an idea, just leaving the lights on. I personally leave the lights on all the time at night, and I know a couple of my neighbors that live down the street, they had break enters on their vehicles. Again, there was the lights up. So that's an idea. Also a tip, just leave the lights on if you can. It does work against these guys that do target homes and managers. It's pretty easy to get fires going there, assuming that you don't have to worry about it. And you don't have to remember just as well. So set it at times, it's a different time every night, so it doesn't come into time. This last slide here is the 7 major crime indicators for our division. As you can see by looking over there, we're doing pretty good as a division so far. That bottom portion is coming up, but we are down in total occurrences. One thing that I'll point out here for robberies, which is we are at par, but that's actually really good. If you remember last year in December, we started put up there. Last year we reduced our robberies by 26%, which is quite a bit. And we're halfway into the year and we're keeping on pace with that. So that's pretty good. So anything else? That's it. Thanks for listening until after the summer. So everybody have a safe after the summer. Thank you guys.
Next we'll have our community activities now, any concerns? Anybody here that's yes? Rich?
a couple of people commented to us at the DCA about the actual proposed by Cypress. We feel that they provided good tax. Take it responsible with the bill. It's a four-way stop. Right down in that high street, close to the stop. Take notice. And also, it won't go the pathway. So I think happened, they like 2 or 3 friends. They completely involved rules of the road. And they seem to be a club or something.
Is it a cycling club or is it more like kids?
No, it's good.
No. Yeah.
So the weekend,
We had, somebody, they'll dress up in spandex, cowboys, actually looking like.
yeah, that's, a big comment about this coming week, we're enforcing safety around cyclists. they want to be treated as a vehicle, but they got to behave as a vehicle at the same time. That means stopping for stop signs, for red lights. We do try and enforce that. So we'll note that, and we will spend some time with it. We'll report back, or the gentleman that's replacing Peter will report back to us happy on the activity.
Anybody else?
On that note, with cyclists, a lot of the events that I've personally participated in and supported, we've encouraged groups, if there's a large group, obviously obey the rules of the road. But when they're riding a large pack like that, we encourage them to stay two abreast, but stay compact so that it takes a less amount of time for vehicles to approach, pass, and be around them. Because if you get them all strung out single file, now you're asking the vehicle to give them that now 1 meter space, but for a very long time, if they do meet oncoming traffic, where are they to go? You've got 15, 20 cyclists strung out along the line with not usually a lot of a gap to get back in. So at least in the events where they do share the road, we've asked them, encourage them, if it's only a few of you, yes, it's single file. But if it is a larger group, two abreast, you occupy your space on the road, we encourage you to, but now you're a shorter bunch that you have.
Is there a local riding club within our division here that maybe we could reach out to them with some?
You may get clubs that are independent of bike shops, but most bicycle stores and bike shops will have their own members for our club. So you can always start with those and see if they have a club and go from there. There's only a few large groups that have big numbers of members that are actually independent of bike shops.
Well, maybe something is for us to start, at least a letter, maybe.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, thank you.
There was something, excuse me, on the TV a little while ago about possibly changing the stop sign. This is for bicycles. They're going to be on the Ohio.
Idaho stop.
Idaho stop, is
Idaho
it?
stop.
Thank you. Is there any way we can let people know that that's not?
Well, anything on a roadway is governed by the Highway Traffic Prohibition legislature. So we can't just make the rules. It's interesting. I hadn't heard that. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I didn't see what you're talking about, and I know the television did give some the opposing views. And the view from us is we do as we are told by government. So ultimately, the government makes the rules on how to traffic jam, and we enforce it. So right now, they are a vehicle, and they must come to a full complete stop. And if they don't, it's just like a car. They'll get the same ticket with the same points.
What I'm asking is if there's any way that we should be letting our government officials know that we don't want that to happen.
Absolutely, you should be doing that at the provincial house.
What is an Idaho stop?
It's just like a rolling stop, they slow down. If they don't come to a stop, they slow, and then they.
Just wait till the CPLC meeting and see it right here.
Yeah.
Typically, it's when the cyclist approaches the stop sign, they see no pedestrians, they see no vehicles, there's nobody around, they'll roll through. But if they do see a vehicle, a pedestrian, or another cyclist, they would come to a stop, let the vehicles do their thing, and then carry on.
And yes, it does. In fact, do you have a driver's license? Absolutely.
So don't have to get driver's license.
Well, you're obliged to identify, right? We will find out.
You have to identify yourself.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of bikes, I walk in the Danforth Park, walking all these parks every morning, right? These guys go so fast. Even, like, I had a dog a few years ago, they ran over my dog, right? Like, they just go so fast out. In Durham, they actually have signposts with the speed limit, right? When they were walking up there. Is there anything we can do to enforce something? Because they come around the corners, And that's the way they design these things, right? So it's a blind corner, they have no idea what's on the other side, right? And inevitably, you have to jump out of their way because they're just moving so fast. And it's every morning.
The Highway Traffic Act is in a part that doesn't apply, you can be looking at the criminal code, which is a whole different ballgame.
There's also, I think, some bylaws that talk about uniform park bylaw that also speak to riding bikes in parks. Some of the conditions as well. We're looking for the experts that may.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
So what do you enforce it?
If you want spots, we have options person, okay? I'm with bylaw enforcement, district manager. Parks is one of the areas that I oversee. We have 3 parks officers in eastern Toronto. That's Scarborough, and as far west as Young Street. So there's a fair number of parks, and I have 3 officers to see understand for.
Well, I understand.
So we have some idea of when these.
7 in the morning.
7 in the morning.
They're going to the park down by the lake to that park.
I can forward that to our parks officers. Have increased control.
So they get 2 chances because the guys go up and the guys come down. You know what I mean? Like they pass you 2 times.
We can do that for you. Thank you.
Thanks. I think you should start later.
You have it. Okay.
Anyone else have any concerns? Seeing none, we'll move on to the police reports.
Actually, the only thing I want to talk about here today is that this is actually my last CPLC meeting here with your division.
Hold your applause.
Stand up. Stand up here.
No. So this is my last CPLC meeting here as the crew staff sergeant. As of Monday, I'm moving back downtown to headquarters, work at the homicide squad. The chief has seen fit to put me back in the homicide squad. I'll be going there as an inspector. I was successful in the last promotional process at the end of last year, and I've been patiently waiting until the promotion came through. So I guess it's happening now. It's absolutely bittersweet because I've come to know so many people in this room here, and I've worked closely to solve, really local issues, things that are important to people, things that impact your lives. And I'm absolutely privileged that I got to meet and work with many of you in this room here. And despite the fact that I will be going down to headquarters, the homicide, my home is here, and I consider 43 Division my home. And I look forward to meeting with all of you again in the future, and hopefully, if the superintendent sees fit, we'll have me back one day. I'd absolutely love to come back here in the capacity. So I'd like to thank all of you for your friendship, your support, and your encouragement throughout the years.
You will be missed. It's a great sense of humor, he's funny, he's kind, he's happy.
Todd Flanders is a place you know, absolutely love Todd. Fantastic guy.
Anyone
I
else?
like him better.
Mike and Jessica, we have the playground. And I don't know how many
Yes.
people have ever heard of that. I never heard of
Yes.
that until
Mayor
recently.
Frederick is.
So the community saying Kaboom Playground. So it's a really big deal on August 8th, right outside Heron Park, that whole playground behind the library, that's being torn down a couple days before. And on August 8th, in 6 hours, Kaboom, we're gonna have a playground. This is the really cool part. So what Kaboom is a non-for-profit organization in California. So they have found a sponsor to donate $150,000 for this playground. So Foresters is our sponsor, so they're donating the money. And we are gonna come up with 250 volunteers from the community to build the playground together. So it's gonna be the community coming together to build a playground that's gonna be absolutely amazing. $150,000, we can build a really cool playground.
That'd be great.
250 volunteers, so that would be one. So I'm the pitch guy, of course. Actually, it's been pretty amazing. A lot of people have come alongside already since the caboose has been announced throughout the neighborhood. We haven't even gone public on it yet. We're just starting to hit our partners. And Boys and Girls Club were one of the first ones to come right alongside. They're bringing in 75 people to build right away. The City of Toronto guys, the technical teams will be there to actually do most of the dirty work, as we call it, like they're bringing in machinery and stuff and be doing that. But as soon as their guys found out, like the Carpenters Union found out that this was happening, it's a great opportunity for a lot of people to leave a legacy in this neighborhood for the children. And the Carpenters Union guys, there's about 6 or 8 of them that jumped in right away and said, we're good to go as well. So it's very exciting with the amount of people that are jumping on board. We had a design day yesterday at Heron Park for the kids from Brant School, and they came over with one of your officers as well. Yeah.
And actually, she was speaking to
She came in and she said, I'll pitch it, but I said, I've already pitched it to Maryland, and I pitched it to the superintendent. They already know about this as well. And so with 250 volunteers, it's not even a case of will we get 250. I think we're very close already to 250, but we wanted to present it to you here in this room. Whoever wants to jump on board, please see me. I've got cards here. Let me know what your interests are and stuff like that. But I also have spoken to Maryland about we have to feed the masses on the day of the bill. So about 250 people, we have to get some food into their stomachs, keep them refreshed throughout the day and stuff like that. So hopefully CPLC, we can look towards some donations from the CPLC to help with the food that day. And then to the superintendent, we can ask maybe a couple of guys and ladies, the workforce here, I should say officers, but the workforce here could come alongside to help give some volunteer time too to help build the project and stuff. Truly, it is a great legacy for us to leave behind. It's not a typical playground per se that we follow that. So what was your favorite part of that playground? Slides.
Fantastic equipment, can that be
Of course. It's funny you say slides because when Ben was talking about design day, when we brought the 75 kids over, all the kids we played some activities, and then they were asked, draw your dream playground. And the slides the kids had, all these different things, and those were all taken back at the end of the day. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, the Kaboom lady was putting them all together and trying to make sure we incorporate everything that the kids want. So this is like engagement of the community for this playground as best it can be. And we're also going to have a whole bunch of different committees. We have a youth committee. Like, how is this going to benefit the youth? It's a playground for children, right? So, but there's an option of they want to do a mural. That's something we'll have the youth table sitting at and talking about and designing because it's for the community, by the community.
Great. So any questions about that?
How are you going to make sure that safety already around?
So all our tech guys from the City of Toronto are involved with this. So right down from health and safety to the building itself, what people are wearing. There's a certain age you have to be to actually be working on the bill. Like Jessica was saying, anybody under sort of the 16 marks can be involved with the bill, but they can be helping look after the kids and parents that are working on the bill. But it's all being supervised by the City of Toronto guys.
Are you sure everything's name and everything?
Yes. Yeah, there's City of Toronto tech guys that are will be there that day. They'll actually be making sure everything's safe.
Cool.
But the whole thing is that I was talking to the lady from Kaboom yesterday. She's supporting me, and she's the rah push behind the whole thing. But I was speaking to her about the same thing. I said, this actually could be built by maybe 50 City of Toronto tech guys. But she says that's not what it's about. The community build is what it's about. It's about sweat equity and everybody from the community coming together. And whether it's she said you don't have to be the biggest lifter or builder or anything like that. It could be somebody who's working the registration desk up front for the morning when all the builders come in and hand you a t-shirt from Foresters, or it could be somebody serving a hot dog. As simple as that. I shouldn't say simple, something as technical as that. But serving a hot dog out to the participants, but it's a team play, so everybody gets involved with it. And in the end, the community has built this beautiful playground for these kids to use for the next 50 years. I mean, Bruce Smith over there, he probably played on that playground with last build, right? Peter and Bruce probably played on that field. But it is an old playground, it is out of date, so it's gotta be torn down, it's gotta be taken out of there, so. They're gonna get something that's terrific, and it's gonna be way better than what's there.
Splash pad.
Splash pad is already there, I did ask that question, it would be a great time. But they are looking at down the road for possibly replacing that splash pad, because they're right now making a lot on water and stuff. Any other questions?
Will you let me know what you exactly what you mean, like you mean how many people to be registered people, not volunteers, what kind of food you want, drinks, water, and I'll put it in.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's going to be pretty awesome, let's say. And now we have the presentation from the Ministry of Transport, OPP Pan Am Security. Okay, move on. Community engagement, Mr. Randy Arsenal.
Yes. Through the CPLC sports store on the partner center, where we were talking about hot dogs and hamburgers, and that's exactly what they have to do. So, and summertime. So, thank you very much. My name is Randy Arsenal, Community Engagement Officer for 43 Division here, and thanks for having us in last CPLC season. Thank you very much. That's our this has anything to do with the meeting, but even my position as a community engagement officer, a lot of what I do has been paid by the staff are given our, and that's the reason why a lot of the programs that are so effective, that we run are so effective for you. So thank you very much. Okay. I was originally going to play a video with a bunch of clips that we had of things that were going on throughout the year, not just in schools, but different events. But I was told that we were kind of pushed for time, so I didn't do it. Although now I wish we did. But we also, it's not the end of the year anyways. For example, today I was, this morning our crew and the community unit officers were at two different schools, Galloway Community Public School, which was a brand new employee bicycle safety awareness. Every student involved got a bike and a helmet, which you get to keep. The helmets you get to keep, fully paid for, ready to go, equipment supplied. The entire jumpstart program is just one example of a community partner. So it makes sense for me to wait till the end of the school year before I put a video up, and the video will go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all our social media sites, which you're all connected with, because anybody who's not familiar with it, you can use the tools to do it. Right? Hopefully. Some of our community events in Scarborough slowed down in fall, but we were able to pick them up and bring some new initiatives which are ongoing. Instead of one big event where police can show up, or division officers, including through an NSU, they've been staying involved throughout the year, building better relationships and more one-on-one support. Something that's very big for 3 Division is a company that's Brian's program, which ran at 5 different schools. This program kind of fizzed out, but we're happy to announce that we're back. We've got 2 schools on board so far. And we're going to be a different name and talking about Brian, the same organizing, so we're going to back to Scarborough. We managed to get into some schools with our music clubs, especially our music competition that we've never been before. I just want to show this poster. So about 2 hours ago, we found came to the station here for this poster. It's called Scarborough Summer Fest. It's on July 25th, September 3rd, or June 25th to September 3rd. We went last year to show up on couple occasions, and we gave a lot of publicity. And because of that publicity, they kind of, it spiked, their interest spiked. So the gentleman came by today and said, we'd like 43 Division to play a great card runs every Thursday. And he asked if they'd like 43 Division to that we have they'd like a tent if we have the time, have our officers come out, not just for enforcement, but to engage and interact with the public. All this information that these posters, all this information will be posted on our website, Facebook, Twitter, and such. Besides those, we have a couple. Say that I'm pretty excited about. Besides those type of events, we're continuing to be noticed around the globe for effective social media communication initiatives. Our officers reach out to police services, school boards, government agencies, financial institutions, etc. So I don't engage in proper communication to get the message to the public. At the end of July, we're taking part in the annual LESM conference. LESM stands for Law Enforcement Social Media, which is based out of Florida. The event involves police officers, police services all over the world. I want to understand, so far we're the only ones in Canada with the presentation. And our presentation is on the effective community engagement. On top of that, I just confirmed a couple days ago that we will be officers of the division will be the keynote speakers at the 6th Public Consultation Communication Summit in Toronto. This is all over Canada. Speakers include mayors and representatives from all major cities. The best part is, to me, this is really kind of nice because I've never asked a police officer or I've never asked the police services at an event like this. So the fact that police are going up and we're asked to share our knowledge and expertise. So when you say engagement, get supportive, that's kind of a big thing. Summit's going to be built in December, so I'll roll that information out. I have to mention something else, but I want to say something without giving too much information. We're working on something really big. We working on something really big. One of the first kind of first ones in the world. That's been out for months now. We're working on campaigns, but it's going to be free for anybody with a cell phone. It's a huge thing for. Besides that, we maintain a strong connection with members of the community, partners with so many businesses, banks, governmental center, Health Canada, Catholic Cross Cultural Services, East Coast Boys and Girls Club, East Coast Youth Services, Cargo Stars, London Trade, TDSP, Trump Catholic District School Board, Native Child Defense Services. And we have strong support for our municipal, provincial, federal businesses. And our social media introduction courses will run anytime we have support. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Sorry, Randy, I was watch it on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Send us over.
Thank you.
Anything else from anybody?
I have an announcement.
Pat?
Yeah. For those of you who are not familiar with Scarborough Village Community Garden, today, if you look at me, I'm wearing this t-shirt. It was a collaboration partnership between Flipkarts and Canadian Tire. We had a revamp on that community garden. So if you guys, go take a walk over there, you're gonna see it's totally fabulous. So you take this chance to go over there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else that anyone wishes to say?
Well, very quick follow-up, PC backed off was about the lights on. With the LEDs now, they're only about $0.01 a day to run them. So really it's almost no cost. They're almost free to run for people that want to run them. You don't need to be scared about the cost.
Okay, well, that being the online portion, we'll end the broadcast right now.